Welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. This is Mr. K, and guess what? I'm going to start this video with that. The biggest pet peeve I have of all time is when people don't have their lights on, because I have an interesting topic for you guys, and it is all to do with the Ninja 650. Can the Ninja 650 do a wheelie? The answer is absolutely yes. Should you do a wheelie? I don't care what you do, it's your life. I don't necessarily agree with doing wheelies, you know, but it's not that I can't do it, which actually brings me to another point. I make a lot of comments on this channel regarding, you know, my feelings about people doing wheelies and being silly and, you know, taking the risks of doing wheelies. And one of my favorite comments I get to that, usually when I make a video regarding wheelies, is, well, dude, have you ever even done a wheelie? The answer is yes. I know how to do it. It's not as hard as you might think. Doing a wheelie is not rocket science, people. It's actually pretty straightforward. However, I don't like to do it. There's too much risk. There's a risk to my bike, there's risk to myself, and what's the point? Why do it? But the big question I get a lot is, one, do I know how to do wheelies? And two, does the Ninja 650 do wheelies? So the answer to both of them is an absolute yes. That's the way to do it. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Like, that clearly states you can do that. Bad drivers, man. Jeez, never ends. So, yeah. The answer is yes to both questions. I can do wheelies. And number two, the Ninja 650 can do wheelies. So there you go. That's the end of the video. Go ahead, click off. I'm just kidding. Don't do it. Yeah, so let me talk about a little bit about each thing, I guess. So I'm going to cover two topics, I guess, in one video while I'm doing the night ride. So first topic is the Ninja 650. Will it do wheelies? Yes, it's going to do wheelies, and it will do it without popping a clutch. You can actually do it through torque alone. Now, if you want the best results and have a little fun, you can do it through first gear, and around 6,000 RPM. You can actually lift the nose if you time it just right. So I mean, it's possible. It is very, very possible. I haven't tried it in second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I haven't tried it in any other gear, mainly because I don't really care for it. But like I said, it is possible. And for those of you guys who do want to know, if you guys want to try it out, do me a favor, keep a few number of things in mind, and wait for the whole video to finish and kind of understand what I'm trying to tell you before you go out and try it. I'm not gonna, you know, hold everything back and say I'm not gonna tell you how to do it. Like I said, first gear around 6,000 RPM, just the pure torque of the bike, she will lift up. So it's not impossible to do. Now, with that said, what I am gonna say is, when she lifts up, if you don't know how to do a proper throttle control, she's gonna lift up really, really quick, and you'll be in trouble. So, you know, again, practice it, get it a little bit off the ground, be happy with that, and just keep doing that until you're comfortable, and just keep going higher and higher. And basically, the more you yank the throttle, the more she's gonna go up. So that's pretty straightforward. Now, the hard part is landing it. Now, you can land it really hard and bust up your suspension if you're not careful. So I would not recommend landing that landing is going to be really hard. So do your research, talk to a few people who have done it. In my opinion, do little small ones, so get it off and just let it nicely down, and you can keep going a little bit, little by little. You can actually get it high enough and controlled. I highly recommend you practice somewhere where it's completely open. So in other words, in an area where you are not going to damage someone else's property if you so happen to crash, because it is not impossible. Messing around with wheelies, you are putting yourself and your bike at risk. So do me a big favor, and everything I'm telling you, I'm not condoning anything, but I'm not hiding anything. Alright? So take it with a grain of salt. So basically what ends up happening is, when you're doing a wheelie, it's fun, it's exciting, and that's all fine and dandy. But like I said, there is a level of risk to both you and the bike. So number one, if you do decide to go ahead and do it, and you're gonna do it somewhere where it's oh, I missed that. So if you are gonna do it somewhere where it's no signal, you see that, guys? Jeez, what is wrong with people tonight? I gotta pay very much attention tonight because I get the feeling a lot of boneheads are out tonight. So if you are gonna go out and do it, make sure you do it in a very open area where you're away from the public. I usually typically say go and do it somewhere in a nice big open parking lot just with your friends. And I mean bring your friends. And the reason I say bring a friend or a friends or somebody that you trust is because if you do wipe out, you want to have somebody there, to kind of pick up the pieces, and that's kind of the important part. It's, if you do it properly, you shouldn't have too many problems. In fact, you shouldn't have any problems, but nothing is impossible, boys and girls. You want to turn? You want to signal? No? Okay, that's all right. You don't need to. So now let's get into the second part of this, and this is kind of, I think, the more important one. Why you shouldn't do it and why I don't want to do it. Now typically the way this works is you can't turn here. Jesus, it's a double yellow. People tick me off when they do that. So now why I don't do it, I don't like to do it. It's not because I can't, like I said. The reason I don't like to do it is because I have no interest in putting myself or my bike at risk. Listen, I love my bike. I really love my bike. This bike has been an absolute treasure since I bought her. She's treated me very well, and for those of you guys who bought one, and I know a number of you guys have contacted me about the Ninja 650, that you guys have bought one, congratulations on it. I'm sure you're gonna love every aspect of it. But I love this bike, and I don't want to see her go down. I haven't laid this bike down, and I intend to keep it that way. Right now, accidents do happen, but if you're gonna be doing a wheelie, messing around with that kind of stuff, that's no longer an accident. That's just silliness, right? So I don't like to do it because, number one, I don't want to destroy my bike, and I think even more importantly, which should be number one, is the fact that I don't want to destroy myself. I'm in a position in my life where I'm doing pretty good. Getting hurt would definitely hinder how well I'm doing. And more importantly, I couldn't bring you guys videos. So yeah, I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want to hurt my bike. It's just not for a wheelie, right? However, I have a lot of you guys have definitely commented on it, mainly because I do talk about wheelies, and I am a little bit hard on people who do wheelies, especially down city streets. I think that's the most bonehead thing you can do. But to each their own. I'm not gonna judge people based on the fact of what they're doing. Their actions I do judge. I don't judge necessarily the person themselves, but their actions, especially if I see that that could be a risk level, I will judge them. I will say something. I'm not the kind of person that holds back very often. So yeah, that's pretty much the big part of it. It's a silly thing to do. It's a really easy way to get hurt. But if you want to go ahead and do it, do it. I am not here to I'm not here to tell you what to do and what not to do. That's absolutely up to you. But the whole thing came to be because I've talked about this on my live streams. I talk about it on Instagram. I talk about on my other videos, and I talk a lot about why you shouldn't do wheelies, and why you should look at all the wonderful things you can do with a wow, where is he going? Whew, that actually freaked me out. I'm not even he's still going. I'm just wondering if it's like, because I have my dark visor on, I'm just thinking like, holy crap, did he still have my dark visor and he's gonna come after me? So because I talk about a lot of this stuff, and I don't do it, I'm not out here making videos for you guys, with wheelies and all that fun stuff. One of the big things that ends up happening is a lot of you guys end up questioning me and saying, and I know it's mostly the trolls, but I feel like, everybody deserves a response, even if you're a troll. But one of the biggest comments I get is people saying, dude, I've never seen you do a wheelie. Can you even wheelie, bro? Yes, I can wheelie, bro. But do I want to? No. But that's why that's why I did it. I had my wife with me, and my wife did the little clip that you guys saw, and it was something where I said, okay, let's go through it. Let me show you guys that I can do it. It's not a big deal, but at least that way I can always refer back to this video and say, look, it's not a question of can I do it. It's a question of should you do it, right? It's like anything else in life, boys and girls. When you're out there, you want to enjoy life. You don't want to take risks that are unnecessary. And if you are going to take risks, at the very least, I don't know how to stress this. I try and stress this in other videos too. At the very least, do it in a safe manner. Look, I understand this whole thing about being adventurous and being a rebel and all that crumb, but basically that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is go out there, enjoy your life. If you leave your house in the morning on a bike, make sure you get home safely at night, and you're not gonna do that if you're gonna go out there and be a total idiot, right? There's motorcycle safety should be the #1 priority the second you leave your house until the moment you park your bike. Okay, I understand that everybody wants to have fun, and everybody has fun their own way. I completely understand that. But boys and girls, I gotta tell you, the amount of accidents I've seen, and I've heard about and I read about, it drives me up the wall. None of this stuff should be happening. Now, I'm not talking about accidents where some idiot cager decides to, wipe us out. I'm talking about the accidents where you wipe yourself out by being stupid, right? So, once again, yes, the Ninja 650 will do wheelies. You don't have to worry about that. That's not as hard as you might think. But you shouldn't. And yes, I can do wheelies. It's not as hard as you might think. The only difference is I choose my battles. I enjoy my motorcycle for the freedom that it gives me to explore, to have fun. I don't do stupid speeds. I don't do anything that might put me or other people at risk. I see a lot of videos on YouTube, boys and girls, where somebody is gonna lift the nose, go down the down the highway. They do one little tiny mistake, and they go flying. The bike goes flying, hits another car. Be safe out there, people. It doesn't matter what you want to do. Just be safe. Enjoy yourself. It's not that hard to. It's not that hard to enjoy yourself on a bike, and you don't need to be a absolute bonehead to enjoy yourself on a bike. Enjoying yourself on a bike is easy. It's awesome, Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna probably make you guys another video, since I don't know how much time I'm gonna have next week to make some videos. So you guys are gonna get 2 night videos out of me, basically back to back. And this is an undercover popo, isn't it? No, I was wrong. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go make another video for you guys. And with that said, do me a favor, everybody, please ride safe, be safe, and most of all, don't forget to love, ride, explore. Subscribe to the channel, because I want your subscriptions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, boys and girls, because it does help. It really does help the channel. Until next time, I'm gonna say goodbye. See ya.